this is Dina. Welcome to my channel. I am back working on my swap. I'm going to make a little tiny mini album, and this one's going to be like 3x4, and the spine is going to be 2x4. And so I've already got it going. My paper here, my base paper is 5 inches by 10 inches. I've already put my chipboard on here. This is a medium weight chipboard. So I've already got that on. I've already mitered my corners here, and I've added score tape all the way around just to kind of save time on the video. So super simple. All you're going to do is pull off your tape and just get it adhered on so we can make our cover. Okay, now the ends of mine might not be exactly the same on each end, but there's going to be paper that goes over it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and then one more side. Turn this over, and there you go. Gently fold on your creases, and there you go. It's going to be fat and little and chunky. It's going to be so cute, and it's going to be like a birthday album. It's what it's going to be. I'm kind of wrapping up what I'm sending my partner. The swap is 5 items for your birthday, and I think I've exceeded 5. So this will probably be one of the last things that I create, and then I'll be able to get this packaged up and sent out to my partner. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I want to make sure these are pressed down in there. So it's looking like this. How cute is it? Nice and chunky. That is what I've been thinking about doing, nice and chunky, and that's why I'm like, this has to be nice and chunky. Okay, so I am going to utilize this birthday paper that I have over here. I'm going to utilize this for my album, and this one is, let me show you. It's Your Birthday by Echo Park, and it was actually a 2022, so it's fairly newer. I'm going to decide what kind of little thing I want to put inside and so forth. So I really love this. It's so cute. I really love the party one, and I love the black and white. And I think I'll utilize these, and I'll probably put one of these on the front because they're skinny enough for me to place on the front. Okay, so before I do the front, I think I'm going to go ahead and get my inside pieces. And so let me see if this scrap right here that I have going is going to work. Let me see if I go this way. It will. It will. This is just a scrap I have here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim off the branding strip. And, you know, this is 4 inches, so we want to go down about maybe 3 3/4 in the height of this, okay? So this one is going to go smack dab right in here in the middle, and that is going to look wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add some tape to the back of this, and we'll get it adhered on. So I've got my score tape on all along the edges and some in the center. I'm going to go ahead and get this peeled off. These 3 long strips in the center. Okay, and I'm also going to take my art glitter glue, and I'm going to add glue around the perimeter. If you add glue, once you put score tape, it helps you to be able to move this around a little bit. So it won't stick as fast, and you'll have a little wiggle room to make sure you're getting it straight and even. Okay, so I'm going to lay that flat. Make sure it's toward the center. See, I was able to move that a little bit. And close enough. It's a little bit to the end here, but I'm not going to worry about that. That's good enough. It's not worth trying to pull it off, to do it again. The top and the bottom looks pretty good, and you probably will cover up this back part anyway. I'm pressing this down really, really well. Okay. I think I see a little part right here that comes up, so I want to make sure that it's nice and flat. Okay. So once you've got that flat, you're going to take it and kind of bend it up where your creases are. Kind of work your paper like this. Okay. So look, now the inside is like this. Look at this. This is so cute. Okay. So now we're going to start working on the inside. Okay. So now we're going to work, we're going to just do a simple cover, and I'm going to use this cut apart right here. It says, let's party, it's your birthday. I'm kind of thinking I need to cut a little bit more off the bottom. I had to cut it down just a tad, just so it would fit perfectly on the front of my little mini album. If I can get this tape going here. And I'm going to layer this up on this purple. I might layer it up again on some white. Okay, I'm going to take my trimmer and trim this one off. Okay, trim. That way then you've got it nicely matted. I think I have a piece of white over here. I did take a few minutes to try to clean up my area. Trying to get rid of some stuff that I was already done using. Come on, tape. I feel it there. But, there we go. This little tape runner, I got it from Tuesday morning, and I'm not sure how much I love it. But I'm going to use it since I've got it, so it's all good. Okay, I'm going to add, you want to make sure you're leaving a little tiny border. Okay. And then I'm going to trim this one off. Trim. Having a little border really does a lot. It's like you're having a photo, you know. You want to just make sure that everything looks good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because this is going to be hard to keep closed, I'm going to use a ribbon enclosure for this one. And this ribbon is probably way too long, of course, so I'm not going to cut it until I'm good and ready. I'm thinking I might not wrap it completely around. I might just do the front and back. So I'm thinking maybe 12 inches for the front and 12 for the back. Let me see how much that is. I hope everybody watched my tulip, my potted plant that I did. I think it turned out so cute. So I've been getting people's reactions on that, and I really appreciate you watching. It was really a lot of fun to make. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and I think I'm just going to add, I'm not going to wrap it all the way. I'm going to put it about right here. So you want to make sure that you're going to adhere this down really well. I'm going to get it in the center. And I'm going to make my glue go all the way up to the edge. Okay, so I'm going to add about that much glue. And I'm just going to add this right here in the center. Press it down really well. because you want to make sure you get it all to that side, because if you don't, then, you know, it's going to lift up on you, and you don't want that. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for over here. Try to make it semi-even to the other side. I've had people tell me they are intimidated making albums. Joel, this is the easiest little thing that you could do. You can do this, okay? You can do this. I've got a little piece sticking up right here. I'm going to trim that off because it's kind of hard and I want it to lay flat. It's kind of like how they burnt the edge. Okay, so now I have that right there. It's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take my little cut apart, and it's going to go right here, and it's going to be able to hold that ribbon as well in place. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think I want it to be extra sturdy. I'm going to add some score tape behind this. That way it holds down our little ribbon. Extra stability there, friends. I'll just put another one right down the center. And pull this. And then I'm also going to add glue. Surprise, surprise, right? Surprise, surprise, surprise. Okay. Add glue all the way around. The more you put on there, the better that ribbon will stay and it won't come out. And you'll be very proud you took this extra second or two to add some extra glue. Okay, and go ahead, get this down. Try to center that as much as you can. I'm going to use my foam folder. We're getting this pressed down. I like to give it some good press down. So there we go. Look how perfect that is. That's perfectly in that center. It looks great. Now I want to put a little something like decorative piece on the back to cover where that ribbon is. So let me see. Put my tapes over here and my glue. And I'm going to just see what I want to put on here. I'm thinking I might go with this. I kind of like that. Kind of. Or maybe I'm going to do balloon animals. I think that's what I'll do. So I'm just going to put my paper here. And I'm just going to make a mark where I want it. It's about where I want. And I'm going to trim off to the side. Okay, like this. And I do think that I need to layer up just like I did the other one. I think I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller because I want to layer up. I want it to kind of match the front, but without words. So I'm just going to kind of cut it down. I'm going to take my purple and then the white, just like I did the other side. Let's see if I've got a piece of scrap right there. That won't work. I'm going to go for the big dogs here, y'all. I don't know if I like this tape runner. Sometimes if you don't hold it just right, it doesn't, the tape won't come off. I worked from home today, and well, I have some steak and mushroom gravy going in my crock pot right now, and it is smelling really good, I have to say. It's going to be done about 5:30, just in time for me to make some rice and a little vegetable, and dinner will be served. Let me make sure that's still going to fit. If I add some white, I think it will. So Let me know what you guys are cooking for dinner. Tomorrow night, we are meeting my sister and her husband. My sister has a doctor's appointment in the area, so we're meeting them for dinner tomorrow night. And don't have roses, just something easy. My brother-in-law, he loves roses, and they don't have one down where they live, so be good. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this one on the back, and I might put something there, but for right now, I think I'm not going to worry about the spine until I get toward the end. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this adhered on, and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to make my hinges for my little book. It's going to be super simple. The paper I'm using is just 6 3/4 by 3 3/4, so not very big. You're going to start scoring at 1 inch, and you're going to go over a 1/2 inch. So you're going to 1/2, and then you're going to go to 1. So that will make 1 hinge right there. Leave a 1/4 inch in between. So that's 2 1/4. Now go over 1/2 inch, which that one is 2 3/4. Then go over a 1/2 inch again, which makes it 3 1/4. And then leave a 1/4 inch, so that'll be 3 1/2. And then you're going to go over a 1/2 inch is 4 1/2. Make that 1/4 inch there. So this is 4 3/4. Go over 1/2 inch, which makes it 5 1/4, 5 3/4. So that is how it's going to look. I know it's hard, but that's how it's going to look. Okay, so all you're going to do is fold like this. Leave that gusset, so you can think of them as the mountains and valleys. So you're going to fold, 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 but leaving those 1/4 inches right in there, not folded. Okay, that's your valley. The 1/2 inch ones are the mountains. Okay, let me put the pin on my glue before it starts to dry out on me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put some score tape on here and get my hinges going. And I'm going to finish taping. I'll be back. So I have my tape on here. I'm going to peel off the first one. And I'm going to take it, and since the tape is closest to me, all I've got to do is take it, fold it over, and fold that piece back. This makes our first hinge, okay? So now you see you've got that 1/4 inch right here, and then you have a 1/2 inch next to the 1/4, so you're going to peel off that 1/2 inch, and you're going to fold it forward, okay? So that, there, now we have 2 hinges. And then we're going to take this one right here, and we're going to take it and fold it forward. And then we're going to skip that gusset. Now I put the tape on the other side, but it's all good. It's all the same. As long as you have your 4 hinges when you're done. I'm going to work my paper. Okay, and I normally make this part, these parts on the end a little longer, but I didn't. I don't want to like mess up all my beautiful purple paper. I don't want to cover up too much of the plaid. And if I need to, I can trim some off. So what you're going to do is you're going to situate this right in the center. And actually, I could probably cut some off where it's just down inside there. Now, normally, if it's going to be like a big album where you're going to put tons of pictures, I wouldn't do that. I'd make sure you have this anchored on and so forth really well. But since this is just like a little, it's almost going to be like a happy birthday book. It won't have photos in it. It'll just probably have little goodies, cut aparts, things like that in it. So it's not going to be heavy. So I'm really seriously thinking about like situating this right here. Here's where that fold is. You can see where that's where the fold is going to be. And there's the fold. So I probably could cut off the edges and just have it sitting down inside here so it doesn't obstruct the edge. And you could see, there it is. If I cut off like a 1/2 inch on each side, I think it would fit right down in there. So let me do that. Normally, I wouldn't do that if you're going to put photos. I'm not going to put photos in this. So this is just a little goodie book. See if I can do this without it moving on me. Okay. Let me see. I did get that crooked, so let me take my scissors and just fix it. So I think that will help it to sit down into the spine so I don't have too much. I'm going to see if I can trim this without it moving like it did a while ago. Okay, I need to hold that down. Okay, that might work. Let's see how that works. Now, you didn't have to do this, but I just kind of think I want to have it sitting down in there. Oh, that's going to be perfect. It's just going to be right down inside. Okay, so shorten your paper by a 1/2 inch on each side. And I think it's going to be great. Okay, I'm going to kind of smush these down like this. And I'm going to add tape on there, and then I'm going to add glue. So it will all stay nice. Okay. Hope everybody's having a great day. It wasn't too bad. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even stepped outside. I don't even know if the sun is shining. Because when I work at home, the blind is usually closed, and I don't even bother. I hardly ever go outside unless I take the trash out or something. Okay, I'm gonna pull these off, and then I'm gonna add glue. So I think the sun is shining. Not sure. Maybe I'll look outside in a bit. Oopsie, get that off. Your glue won't come out with that pin there. I'm going to add glue along the edges. And remember, by doing this, gives you a little wiggle room if you get something crooked. I like to put it all out, like really good around the edges. Okay. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to place this right down in the center. Let me see where that fold is. See, I'm able to move it and move it. That works out perfectly. Perfectly. Okay. Not too bad. Now press it down. So now my little spine, the spine piece or the hinges is all just down in that little spine, and it's not covering up my beautiful purple plaid. Okay. So there we go. So now I've got my hinges on there. See, now I can put 4 pages on there, and they're just going to be very simple pages. I even have enough room to add a little pocket on the front and the back. So let me get my pages ready, and then we'll get these installed. Okay, so I've added tape on both sides of my hinges. Normally I'll trim it up at the edge, but we're going to add the pages on a little different. I have cut my paper 3 3/4 in height by 6 inches. Fold it in half. So this is going to be the part we're going to adhere to the hinge, okay? So we're gonna just fold all of them in half, which I've already done. And we're also going to I'm taking a punch, and I just have like a little scallop punch here. And I'm gonna punch myself a little notch at the top. And I'm using the one I already punched so I can try to get them all the same. See if I can do it. see if it's gonna work for me. I might have to pull the one out. Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball it and do the best I can. It felt too thick. You want to try to put it in the center the best that you can, okay? So, and I like to keep my punch upside down so I can kind of see where I'm at. You want to go down about a half and then over about a half, if that makes sense. Okay. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere them. Let me see which one I want on the front. I think I'm going to go with the birthday balloons on the front page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my first piece of tape. And I'm going to open this up and I'm just going to adhere this to my little hinge. Okay. You don't want to go all the way down. See where I went? You don't want to go all the way down. You want to go about that far. Then you're going to flip it over. You're going to take this piece of tape off, or this paper off the tape. Okay. And then before you seal it up, I'm going to use my glue to seal that bottom piece. That way then it makes us a pocket. Okay. So I'm going to hold that down, and there we go. So now I have a little pocket, and I've installed my first page. Very simple, right? Okay, I'm going to do all the rest of them, and then we'll finish decorating up and be done. Okay, so I've added my pages, and as you see, I got plenty of room in the front and the back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some pockets. I cut myself 2 pieces of paper, one for the front, one for the back. And this paper measures 4 inches in width by 3 inches in height, okay? What I did is I scored in a 1/2 inch on 3 sides. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to miter my corners just up to that score line, so that way then they tuck under nicely. Then you're going to fold, fold, and fold. This one's cute. It says party. Very, very cute. Okay, so this one's going to go back here, and I want to make sure it's not going to overlap. I think it's going to fit fine. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Let me fold, fold, fold. Okay, and this is going to fold like this as well. That way you can fit things inside. So I'm going to do, I think I'll put the pink one in the back and this one in the front. So I'm going to use my glue and I'm going to adhere this one down. So just add glue on the tabs. Believe it or not, I've already been thinking about craft fair series for this year, and I think that I'm going to be starting that probably pretty soon. So this gave it like a 2.5 inch pocket. I probably could have made it just a little bit smaller, shorter, but it's okay. It's all good. I already got it glued down. I'm not pulling it up. But yes, I've already been thinking about starting my craft fair series for 2023. And so in my mind, I've already got it working here. Hopefully you guys will be ready for craft fair series for this year. Okay. Press these down really well. Make sure it adheres. So now I have 2 pockets. You can decorate them up if you like. If you want to add something on there, something pretty if you like. I think for my spine, I have these flowers that I created. These are from the dies from Scrap Diva Designs, and I think that I will add one. Maybe, let me see which one I want to add. I think I'll add like that one. So I think I'm going to add that. I'm just going to finish up my decorating and then I'll be back. Okay, so I think I have finished it up. I went ahead, I added this cute little bow on the spine. I think that looks cute. I kind of flattened it out so it would lay flatter. So I added a few jimmies on the front. And then when you open it up, I just added a bunch of different kind of goodies. So on the front, I just cut out this happy birthday to you. I added some little purple jimmies in there. And then I just grabbed stuff and started adding. And I added like some cut apart, some little birthday strips. This one says you're a peach. This one says fave. And it's got like a little, I cut out a cut apart there. This says chocolate. This one says lovely. And here you take the cake. Hooray for today. Big day. Party. And then this one I added a couple of little balloons in it. And then in the back, this is what I put in the back. Just super simple and easy. I could even add a little bit more if I wanted to. But I think I'm going to stop right there. I think this turned out really, really cute. Little tiny 3x4 mini album. Is it 3x4? Let me double check. Let's see what the end size is. So, put on 5. So it is 3 in width by 4. So I was right. Anyway, I hope you guys like this. Give this a try. Don't overthink things. Just start adding and it will all turn out just beautiful. And yeah, just super simple and easy for you to make. You can make it any kind you don't want. You don't have to just do birthday. You don't have to have things sticking all. You don't have to have things nice and flush. You can have it sticking out like I've got. Yeah, super cute. Anyway, have a great day, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.